called to order at 2 p.m., May 28, 2026. We will have the invocation by myself and the pledge of allegiance by Mr. John Craig. Please stand. Heavenly Father, we come this evening in the most humble and gracious way we know how, giving thanks upon the many blessings that you restored upon us, Father. We just ask that you bless everyone that's present and give them the understanding and the knowledge, Father, to know that you're almighty, Father. And we just ask that you bless this city, this parish, and this state, Father. We ask these many blessings in your Son named Jesus. Amen. May we all face the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming out today. This might be our largest crowd we've had in quite some time. So thank you guys for attending today. At this time, we'll move on to public comment proceedings. The board encourages public comments and questions regarding all agenda items. Persons wishing to do so should complete a speaker's card, which is at the entrance of the boardroom. When speaking or asking a question on an agenda item, one should, in addition to completing the card, come to the microphone, be recognized, provide your name, address, phone number. Comments by individuals will be limited to 3 minutes. At this time, we have some special guests here tonight, the local labor, and we basically want to start off with Mr. Michael Brown, just giving us an update on what's going on with you guys. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Michael Brown, local 2047. The address up there is 420 Church Street, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and phone number is 337-802-8271. Ladies and gentlemen, in December we had asked for a small piece of the pie. As far as work goes, unfortunately, we're down to the crumbs. Our workforce has suffered a great loss because of lack of work and or no work. In the past 80 years, the longshoremen have represented Lake Charles as one of the main driving forces in this area. We built homes, went to doctors, raised our children and grandkids, supported our school systems, gave tithes to our churches, and supported our social and entertainment industries in Lake Charles. In simple words, this is where we spend our money at. Whatever happened to the local labor? Now you have cheap, illegal labor with no retirements, no benefits, and no insurance. Unlike Local 2047, we have qualified and certified workers. We have trained for all our employees. We have training for all our employees. You must take hazmat, longshoreman skills to even get in our workforce. This is to properly remind them of the issues and the hazards of the job. It is complicated to us when we see that the Port of Lake Charles is number 10 in the nation and one of the most productive ports in the nation. You have turned your backs on the only group that has helped build the port off its sweat and off of their backs. As far as the work, we have received a list of work areas. For the last year, we have done 2 lumber ships a month. For this year, we've only had 5 ships. Overall, 50% of early completions with the past year is the same result. This is why companies want to come to Lake Charles. Let me repeat that. We have completed all of our ships over 50% with early completions. Our work ethics and supervisions are both professional and top tier. In closing, we have enough individuals applying for jobs in 2047, in Local 2047, but we can't provide them with an honest living. The port for me was a starting point. For many people, it was the same. Because of no skills, we were taught how to provide for our families. As stated before, we have no man hours to sustain us for this required mandated years from WGMA, which we need at least 700 hours to maintain our workforce. Most of our workforce are losing their livelihoods. The cost of living is a major high, and your most qualified workers are left at home drawing unemployment, or finding other jobs in constructions, or leaving our communities to search for other opportunities elsewhere. Somehow, we need to change that narrative. There are 4 ships a week at the port. There's no longshoremen from Lake Charles working on them. 90% of their workforce are from Texas, and 20% have been escorted in. We have proven over and over for Lake Charles that Local 2047 is the best workforce, not number 10, but number 1 in the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. And I have a few questions, and then I'll go to my board and see if there's any questions that they may have. But Mr. Brown, explain to me about what you mentioned about having to keep you guys insurance and the amount of hours that you have to keep that. Explain that to me a little bit.
It's mandated through WGMA that we have to have 700 hours to keep our insurance, benefits, and anything that we need to try to make sure that our families are being met or needed by doctors or whatsoever. That 700 has been mandated to us from WGMA, and we're trying to continue on that, but we can't. Half of our workforce is not even making 400 hours. So we won't be able to make our seniority, or not only seniority, we won't be able to sustain in this industry with under 700 hours.
I understand. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for those comments. And I'm going to go as far as if there's anybody else that's in the audience from the union would like to come up and speak, please, I'm going to give you that opportunity to come up and speak. If there's anybody else that want to come up and speak, please. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Wilmer C. Grice, Jr. I've been a longshoreman over 30 years. My grandfather walked these docks. My daddy walked these docks. I'm 3rd generation. These docks have afforded me what I consider to be a nice lifestyle. My home's paid for, everything I own is paid for. I got it through here. Blood, sweat, and tears. I've been here over 30 years. I see ships docked at the dock. We not touching them. All we asking is for you guys to help us. We need to work. This is urgent. That's my BA, I'm his assistant. When he said 700 hours minimum, it's 700 hours minimum. And we can't even reach that for our membership to have health care for their families. This time of year, I'm well over 1,000 hours, easily. Right now, I don't even have 1,000 hours. And this is hurting. I've been here. I've worked here. I know all my co-workers. We all been together for a minimum of at least 10 years, to the lowest guy. All we want to do is work. And that's all we asking is that you guys help us. That's it.
Thank you for those comments. Is there anybody else that would like to comment? Please come to the microphone.
My name is Rico Williams. I'm a 3rd generation longshoreman, and it's bad. We're not working. We go out of town when we do go to work. They know Lake Charles. We get these ships in and out of here as fast as we can. We have good union people, we have good supervisors, and we're ready to work. We just want to work and provide for our families. If a man is not making a paycheck, that's a problem. We do have women work here on forklifts. We have a young lady that's a crane operator. She can't even come work because there's not no work for her to come work. So we just want to work, and we just want to reach out to y'all. Please help us. For all. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. Is there anybody else that would like to speak? please come to the microphone. State your name and address for the record, please.
How y'all doing? My name is Stephen Randall. I'm the secretary of the union. And I've been at the docks for 25 years. Like my constituent said, Mr. Wilmer Grice, he's a third generation longshoreman. Many of us in here are third generation longshoremen. I am as well. My father, my grandfather done this craft. And we are in dire straits right now. Everybody here, we depend on this job for insurance. I have kids. I got a child. I'm putting braces in her mouth. I can't afford it right now if I don't have the insurance. People have to go get other jobs. We got men going to work for non-union. It's bad, man. It's really bad. We all here trying to just ask for an olive branch because we're struggling. We're struggling to make hours. We're struggling to take care of our families. We're struggling to pay bills. And at the end of the day, man, if all these people coming from out of town working here, we're not putting money back into the community. We live here. We love Lake Charles. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we are thankful for y'all hearing us out. We just need some help, and we asking for help. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. Is there anybody else that would like to come and speak at this time? Gigi, is there anything that you want to finish up and close with? Please come. State your name and address for the record, please.
Gerald Lewis, 2103 3rd Street, Lake Charles, Louisiana. I am the president of the local right here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Everything the guys are saying is true. We got the facts, got the numbers to speak for it, you know. 2022, we had 100,009 hours. 2023, we had 141,000 man hours. 2024, we had 115. 2025, we got 87,000 hours. It's going down. So this year, right now, we're at 45,000. We're 8 months in. So we won't even make it. We won't make it to the 87 that we made to last year. So we're really just trying to reach out, and get to the next level, try to see what can we do to help y'all, help us, to make sure we can supply the labor, safe labor. Got the stevedores right here. We've been working with them. They're doing their best to with your bidding on work and stuff. So we just want to thank y'all and ask y'all for y'all help. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Gigi, we thank all you guys for coming out this evening and expressing to us how you guys feel. And we see it. We definitely see it, and I hope that the communication between the stevedores and you all can open up and create some new relationships, because I think that's what it's going to take. And I'm hoping that by what was said today, we'll let everybody know as to what the situation is now with local labor. And we just want to make sure that everybody gets a fair shot. That's it. And we met, and one of my colleagues may have a few comments that he'd like to say, Mr. John Crater.
Ask Ricky or John, is it legal, I guess I should ask, for us to maybe put a committee together? I'd be happy to volunteer to head that committee to see about the relationship between the stevedore companies and the
I would definitely want to sit on
workers.
it.
You know, what's happening out here?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
something we
fine.
can do?
We've done that in the past.
Okay.
At what they call, I think they were called symposiums in the past, where
Yeah.
they get everybody in the same room, talk about certain issues that they're having out there with the amount of work that's here, the labor force that's here, safety issues, things like
Okay.
that, and put that all together. So yeah, that's
Okay, good.
perfectly fine.
Kevin said he'd volunteer as well.
I definitely will, yeah.
Try to
Love
get to the bottom of it to get these guys their hours, see what's going on.
Love to, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
we'll get
it's
something like
needed.
that together. We can talk to you guys after,
Okay.
set something like
Okay.
that up.
Perfect.
Before we go on, I just want to make clear, is there anybody else that I may have missed that want to come to the microphone and share a few words? Because now is a better opportunity. We got to get it out. We got to let people know what's going on. So if there's anybody else that would like to come and speak, please come at this time. If not, we'll go ahead and move forward with our agenda. All right, moving on to our agenda notes, we're going to go to minutes. Approval of the April 23rd, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Is there any questions? If not, we'll move on to our submissions. Moving on to our first submission 2026-014, accepting the lowest responsive bid for Motion Industry in amount of $4,031 and $326 for the new conveyor belt for BT1. Mr. Self.
Yes, Mr. President, we went out for bid in April for belting at BT1. We inventory the belting, it's used on the conveyors, moving petroleum coke. We got one responsive bid from Motion Industries, as you mentioned, was $431,000. Because we only received one bid, we went back to the last time we bid the belting, and it was in 2022, at which point we got two bids, and we compared those prices. All the prices that were received on the most recent bid are lower than the 2022 bid, 4 years ago, and the fact that we got two bids back then, so we felt like it was a competitively priced bid.
Thank you, Mr. Self. Is there any questions by the commissioners? If not, at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion
I
for
have a
submission
motion.
26-014.
And the second. Is there any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, that item will pass. Moving on to our next submission, submission 2026-015, accepting the lowest responsive bid, base bid of Alpha Palmer LLC for the construction of the Industrial Canal Bulk Gain Facility Port Project numbers CP 24008. Mr. Self.
Yes, Mr. President. In March, we went out for bid for the bulk grain facility at the Industrial Canal. We received two responsive bids. Alfred Palmer was the low bid at $11.8 million. At the end of the day, this is a facility that's being paid for, to be constructed by Alfred Palmer, and it's going to be paid for by the South Louisiana Rail Facility at a site that they lease. And we've done these things before where we, like as in one example was for Phillips 66, we constructed a coke pad for them at a cost of about $9.6 million last year, and turned around and leased it to them. So we're doing something very similar with South Louisiana Rail Facility.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Self. Any questions by the commission? At this time, I'll entertain a motion.
So move to accept submission 2026-015.
Second it?
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, that item will pass. Moving on to our last submission, submission 2026-016, authorizing the district to enter into a professional service agreement with Duhon Pleasant Consulting Engineering, LLC, for design service for the Industrial Canal Heavy Cargo Logistics Enhancement Project and to amend the 2026 capital budget. Mr. Self.
Yes, sir. It relates to a grant we received through the community project funding request that we did congressionally through our Senators Kennedy and Senator Cassidy. As you mentioned, it was an amount of $5 million for a heavy cargo logistics project at the Industrial Canal. We didn't anticipate getting the funding so quickly, so that's why we're asking for approval to award the engineering to Duhon and Pleasant, but we're also asking you to amend the capital budget because we didn't anticipate getting the funding on that project so quickly, and this project was contingent upon the grant funds.
That's all in the same motion? Ricky, that's two.
I'm sorry?
Would that all be in the same motion to amend the budget?
Yes.
Yes.
I so move to approve.
Yes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Any objection? That item will pass. Moving on to our briefing notes, April 2026 financial briefing. Mr. Cameron.
Yes, Mr. President. For the month of April, we generated $4.3 million in revenue, which was unfavorable, about $1.1 million. Basically, across the board, we saw lower overall tonnages. On the flip side of that, expenses were favorable, about $400,000, lower operating expenses due to those lower tonnages. Non-operating revenues and expenses were in line with budget, and we generated about $1.8 million in cash flow. On the balance sheet, construction in progress continues to rise as the projects continue. It rose about $15.4 million from year end, and cash only slightly decreasing from year end, about $400,000 due to reimbursements and daily operations offsetting the project expenses. I'll move on to my GoSEP report. Nothing much to report there. Nothing received over the last month, but there are large reimbursement requests working through GoSEP's review process right now. We're responding to the questions and requests that they're coming to us with, and we hope to see those hit financing relatively soon.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron. Any questions by the commissioners? for that report, Cameron.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to department reports, administration, finance, security, we're back at you, Mr. Cameron.
Yes, sir. Earlier this week, we received our version 1 of our audit report, so we're beginning to review, fill in the blanks, and kind of provide our management discussion and analysis to include in the report. It'll be presented to y'all at the next board meeting, and I look forward to being done talking about the audit for y'all. Any questions? Thank you.
Any questions by our commissioners? Thank you, Cameron. Moving on to navigation, Mr. Regan.
Thank you, Mr. President. As many of you are aware, Ricky and I traveled to Washington DC last week. We met with the Corps of Engineers, the headquarters there, met with Senator Cassidy, and we met with some of our congressional staffers. Also, we're going to be scheduling a trip soon to Vicksburg to meet with the new general of the Mississippi Valley Division. He's going to take command, I think, June 11th, so we won't know exactly when the meeting is going to be until after that, but we're working on that. Any questions?
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Regan. Any questions by our commissioners? Thank you for that report. Moving on to operations, Mr. Todd.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Recently at City Docks, we've had a ship and 3 barges of aluminum trihydrate totaling about 40,000 tons. We had 3 ships of piling, limestone, and fly ash that totaled about 120,000 tons. Had a lumber ship totaling about 11,000 tons, and 4 project cargo shipments totaling about 15,000 cubic meters, and a liquid ship that was about 1,500 tons. On the schedule right now, we've got about another 5,000 tons of hydrate going into barges, and 2 more ships of piling and limestone. At BT1, we handled 1 ship of raw coke, it's about 50,000 tons, a rutile ship, about 19,000 tons, a calcine ship and barge totaling about 11,000 tons, a cargo transfer, about 14,000 tons, and a barite ship that was 59,000. On the schedule of BT1, we've got another coke ship, about 35,000 tons, another rutile ship is 17,000 tons, and a calcine ship and barge totaling about 8,000 tons. Down at the Industrial Canal, we had a project cargo shipment that moved about 3,600 tons, and on the schedule, we've got 2 more project cargo shipments that's going to handle about 72,000 cubic meters of cargo. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Mr. Todd. Any questions by our commissioners?
No, sir.
Thank you for that report. Cargo and trade development, I think that Mr. Terrence is out of town at a convention. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
He's doing a great
Mr. Self?
job marketing the port. He's at a convention right now out of town. We've got some exciting projects that we're working on that's going to take some time, but hopefully will be very beneficial if we get some of those to move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Self. Engineering, this is probably the best one of the night. Watch this. Mr. Nick.
Most expensive.
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. President. This month, in addition to the project you just awarded to Duhon and Pleasant, we also solicited qualifications for 2 other projects. And after review by the committees, we are awarding a roadway and rail crossing project to Meyer & Associates and the industrial railroad project to TGB out of Conroe, Texas. This last project is associated with a grant we received to rehab our industrial lead rail. The grant process is going to take a little while. We expect maybe 9 to 12 months, so it's going to be a little while before that one gets going. But the Meyer & Associates project inside City Docks, we're going to get going as soon as possible. So
That's great, Nick.
just wanted to let you know, it might just seem deceiving on the first one. We had 2 responses, but these had multiple responses. So each one of them had 3 to 7 responses on it. So I'll be happy to answer any other questions.
Any questions by our commissioners?
Looks good.
Anything, Mr. Cheyenne? You've been pretty quiet tonight.
All that work.
Lot going on.
All right, thank you for that report, Nick. Moving on to state lobbies, anything, Mr. Self?
No, sir.
Federal?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, at this time, if there's nothing else that needs to come before the commission, at this time, I would entertain a motion.
Motion.
To adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We're now adjourned at 2:25.